Hi Ajay, lovely to see you go up at the range of the weekend. Just a quick recap on the session that we did. First of all, if we look at you here on the early part of your session, compared to last time you came, we're seeing a marked improvement in your ability to stay in your inclination to the ground during the downswing. I mean, previously you would drift off this wall very, very early. Now we're staying on the wall all the way through the swing. So that part of the golf swing has improved dramatically from the top of the backswing. We get back into forward flexion much earlier. You see there now at P6, back into forward flexion. Right knee return to its address position, upper body in its address position, and from there now you can start to slide the hips and tuck the backside under, keep you extending and moving forward, and you maintain that inclination much better. Previously you would extend from P4 to P5, you'd be straight off that wall, club coming too much from the inside. You can see there now the angle of approach is much better and works back on the inside nicely. The reason we're still getting the odd push and overdraw, however, is because of the position here in the takeaway. Club gets rolled behind us very early. I'm just going to put a highlight here. The position of the club head in relation to you. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that from setup, the wrist cock that we have, so you can see here the angle of the club and the shaft, or the shaft and the arms, is approximately 135 degrees. That should be incrementally setting more during the backswing. So from 135 at setup, it should increase to 90 degrees at the top of your backswing. If the club or the wrist do not set early or do not set enough, the rolling of the left forearm just takes the club inside. So the left forearm's rotating and there has to be sufficient hinging of the wrist to offset that. And we can see here now, as we get to the top of the backswing, we're a little bit across the line, and as a result the club's just a little bit too much behind your hands at P6. So what we've done here now is we've just put a cane to the side of your shoulder just to shorten your backswing. Now when a player shortens his backswing, what he tends to do is hinge the wrists a little bit more just to get some power on the shot. So this is you trying to hit the ball as far as you can with a restricted backswing. Now from there we can see that although the club comes inside, it doesn't come inside anywhere near as much. So at P3, the position of the club in relation to your hands is much less on the inside than what we see here at the start of your session. As a result, we get the club more in line with the hands coming into impact. So what we've got to try and look at is controlling the amount at which the club rolls to the inside. Now the thing I would suggest to you is, and this is where things need to be kept in perspective, the ability to maintain your inclination is improved dramatically as your shot pattern. Now then, if the club is behind your hands at this point, you're going to hit pushes, draws and overdraws. Now if we get the club in line, we're going to get a lot of very straight shots. If we get the club in front, we're going to get a lot of pull cuts, pulls and overfades. Now depending on the degree at which we're inside, we'll tighten up the shot cone that you have. And I think at the moment this is excessive. However, I think if we can gradually work using the grid, using the drills that we gave you the other day, introducing a little bit more, if you will, wrist hinge coming into impact, we can start to reduce the amount that the club is on the inside. I think short term that's a realistic swing thought for you. I wouldn't get too bogged down into getting it too perfect too early. Spend a lot of time with the ball forward in the grid. That's going to put the club in this position. If we can spend time with the club in this out in front of you position, like you would have you hitting a cut, it will balance off this stuck behind you position that we're seeing at the start of your session. So we just need to gradually work our way back to a point where we think the game and the shot pattern is manageable. Trying to get the swing perfect is a lovely concept. The pattern is there to work with and use as a model, but we don't need to necessarily be bang on that model to play good golf, and I think you need to keep that in perspective as you work on your game. Your ability to maintain your inclination to the ground, which was a key aspect, return to forward flexion, and then keep moving forward, as we see on this swing here on the left at the start of your session, has improved dramatically. As a result, the overall quality of strike that you got and the overall shot pattern, the draw that you're hitting, has almost halved since I first saw you on the range at Bedford. Much better move, back into forward flexion, extend and keep driving forward. Very balanced finish. Great work, AJ. Keep it up. Keep working away on the pieces that you need to, and enjoy your golf. Well done.